Alrighty, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. Let's go ahead and jump back, take a look at what happened here yesterday so we can get into our pre-market for today. Jump back here, and if you guys were here for our pre-market broadcast, we were talking about expecting the bulls to try and continue to push the market higher. Were we perma bulls expecting to push to new all-time highs? We thought there were plenty of clues from the low of last week that the bulls were going to try and push things higher. How far they actually got, that was going to be the question. Now, I was actually trading with someone yesterday, and we said specifically, and you're just going to have to take my word for it, that 60-62 here, maybe 62 to 63, looked like a great spot for the bears to jump in. And sure enough, that's where they came in, and then we got to sell off the rest of the day. So we nailed the push for the morning. We were bulls, expecting them to try and push higher. And just before the market opened, look what happened here. We got a beautiful, in fact, we were doing our pre-market here as this pulled back right into VWAP. So you had an opportunity here with bullish divergence before the market opened to jump in with maybe a point of risk and got the entire push for the whole day. You didn't even have to do anything by the time the market opened. So there was a good opportunity, and this right here was a beautiful clue that the bulls were still in power. They defended right around VWAP right before the market opened, and then we began the push. Now, I got a perfect trade yesterday right off the roadmap level here at 60.32. Remember, we updated this. I don't know if it was in the pre-market yesterday or if it was the day before yesterday, but we moved it from 31.5 to 60.32. Maybe I'm thinking of a different level, but 60.32 right there, put my entry in. The market had just opened, started pushing, tested the high of the pre-market there, pulled back, bullish divergence, and a kiss to the tick off the 200 there. You probably could have even put your entry in right between the two and got filled almost at the low there. And that's all you had to do for the entire day. So let's look at some of the other opportunities that we had yesterday. Again, pre-market, just a couple minutes, 15 minutes before the market opened there, they defend VWAP. There's a beautiful bullish divergence, great opportunity there, 15 minutes before the market opened. Then once the market opened here, you've got a bullish divergence off the fast moving average for the first kind of opportunity, aggressive opportunity of the morning, and you would have got in with zero risk. It would have filled you at the FMA and never came back. So there was kind of your first opportunity. Second opportunity was that first test of our roadmap level with the divergence on that second low. Another opportunity, they did come right back to it. So unless you had your stop down below the low of the swing right there, you would have got stopped out. But beautiful opportunity there for a nice almost 10-point, or actually a 10-point opportunity there to make some money. And then it came back, and then there was really, in my opinion, the sexiest trade of the day after the market opened. And from there, you get this beautiful push to new highs. And look what happened here. It stair-stepped up the levels, right? So this here, I was actually also thinking about maybe buying, even though it kept testing. It kind of looked like, hey, we're probably going to try to rip up. And this is right where me and my friend were both talking about starting to see weakness in the market when we got to 56. And I remember saying to him, either 56 or 62 to 63 most likely is going to be where they fizzle out, because they started to peter out at 56, right? It just started, we got a push, nice directional move, got right into that 56 level. And notice 56, all while we were watching this, I'm like, this is a perfect level. I mean, you could fade it from the downside, and then they got above it, and you could have bought a couple of times off of it, but mostly a lot of fades right off the back end of 56. Again, there's a reason I marked that area in the chart, and then we come up right into the 62. In fact, there was a beautiful fade from 62 right to the VWAP there for a nice almost, it was about 6-7 point down right to where I would take profit, right? So the whole way up here, just beautiful opportunities to buy the pullbacks into the fast moving average, down into, again, here's that opportunity out of the open. Here's the pullbacks down into that next roadmap level. So you could have literally bought the whole way up. There's the pullback to the 200 here with a big bullish divergence that you could have grabbed on the way up. And then again, they got right up into this 62 here. There's another bounce off the 200. And then unfortunately, you got washed out there. and then they came right up here. And this, my friends, this high right here, I was very tempted because we were watching this to just hit it and see if we could at least get 5 points down into 56 there, but I didn't do it, right? So beautiful opportunity, double top, big bearish divergence at a major, major area of resistance in the market. Great opportunity to fade that, right? And then it doesn't quite work out, right? You should have made profit. You should have walked away with some money in your pocket, but not, a big fat pocket. From there, again, we come up through 62, the major resistance level on the market, and kind of try to keep pushing, but you can see they hold, and then the bottom drops out. And then this right here was probably the best trade you could have done once you noticed it starting to fade out of there. And that was this. First of all, we got the first tag, but there was no sexy divergence set up from there. So that was kind of the first opportunity off the back end of the previous support there. But the divergence showed up basically either right here or right here. And that little swing high, and then we start to fail. Great opportunity to get in short, or right here, right? A test of the fast moving average, a double top, bearish divergence, and then you should have been able to get in, never got stopped, and continued on the way down. So lots of short opportunities once the weakness became apparent, right? And you could have basically faded the fast moving average the whole way down, took on very minimal risk the whole way, and captured 10, 20, whatever, 30 points to the downside, right? So on the way down, lots of great opportunities to fade we just talked about. And then even off the back end of VWAP here, they just could never get through. And then you got another bearish divergence off the back end of the fast moving average as they continue to sell off right there and right there. So great opportunities, as it's obviously very weak, to jump in with a very limited risk trade and still capture another 10 points, 20 points to the downside. There's the tag at the back end of the roadmap level with bearish divergence on both tests. Great opportunity to jump in, again, with almost no risk, and you could have got another 10, 15, 20 points to the downside. And then this, my friends, you should have saw this happen. We come right in, if you were watching this towards the end of the day, and I actually would have taken this if I was here, this big bearish divergence off the first test of the 200 there, right? Basically our roadmap level, but the kiss, and then another 10, 15 points to the downside to make some money. And then the bounce at the end of the day, look at that. Right next roadmap level, we bounce, bullish divergence, comes right to the back end of the previous roadmap level with a big bearish divergence. Look at that beautiful formation, great opportunity, and then you captured the sell-off right at the end of the day. And what do you know? They bounce almost to the tick off the holy orange power level at the end of the day there. For again, another bullish divergence down there for a counter trend trade that gave you another 10, 15, 20 points to the upside to close the day out. Let's see, 20 points, 22, 23 points higher. So lots of beautiful opportunities. No excuses yesterday. There were some really good stuff. And that brings us here into the overnight session where you can see so far a nice pullback in the overnight. So noticing we failed one tick in front of our roadmap level. It literally popped out, came right to it one tick in front. And then we held the back end of the VWAP here. 3 tests last night where you could have got in short when it was obvious that we were getting a decent pullback, right? So good opportunities to fade last night. There's a beautiful kiss of the FMA and the SMA, slow moving average. And now, as you can see, the bulls are trying to rally this thing back up now. So they came and tested the low of yesterday, basically, in the overnight. And now here we are attempting to break out back up. And here are your typical bullish opportunities here on the way back up. You have your hold off the first roadmap level almost to the tick, rejection off the VWAP, and then we get through VWAP to come back and give it a test. And then we come and test the previous daily close, pull back from there, hold the next roadmap level here within a couple ticks, but even more sexy, the 200 and VWAP. And then FMA, notice we rejected twice off the next roadmap level almost to the tick for some fade opportunities. And now here we are coming up higher as I speak. Right off the previous daily close, right off the fast moving average. Great opportunity there as well. All right, so lots of good stuff happening in the last day or two here. Let's go ahead and jump up to the higher time frames and see if there's anything new to add to the picture.